Let me try again. Ubiest of the tubiest. The best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you. And I'm 50 plus here with Mr. Carlo. It's not the first time y'all seen this guy. It's a good thing. He's all right. He's already got to hang around, so I'll let him come back. That's right. Welcome to another episode of the Blue Knights Table, where our shield defends the blue, and he's also a fellow defender. He is also a trainer. How's that going for you, Mr. Carlo?
Great.
I know it. It's a hell of an opportunity to be able to help someone else go from flipping burgers or whatever they was doing. I mean, and I say that I make that a running joke, but I've had retired police officers, school teachers, you name it. I had a really good guy. I still talk to him almost every day. Well, not every day, but at least every week. He was EMT.
Okay.
And then he came to Melton, and we had a really good time. If you guys look back at my past videos, he was the guy who gave us some insight on the CPAP machines. And a really good dude. He is an EMT, and he actually missed two things: his family and EMT. So that's what he's doing now. He went home, and I will say it is a little tough to not be home sometimes. And he was OTR, and it can get tough. When you come out here, you're gonna have to understand. Missing home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's now there are options here. We have the Eastern Fleet too now, where they gets, I don't know, I don't want to quote the wrong states that's in that little eastern area, and I think they do something similar, but not exactly like the Southern Regional, where we're home every weekend. I think they're a little bit different. They may be kind of like the hybrid thing where they get to go like every other weekend or something like that. But they don't travel too far. It's in those eastern states. So there are options, but getting home is a thing.
Oh yeah.
So
you
talk to some of your former students about why they're not here anymore. Would they tell you why?
No, I actually don't really ask, I guess it's a good choice for them, or...
Yeah. Generally speaking, when those guys call me, and they'll call me and they'll say, hey, man, thanks for everything. I think I want to move on. And I go, really? You don't like it? And they'll go, well, it's a hell of a company, but... And then it's generally... They need to get to the house, and some guys will stay long enough for them to, get a little time under their belt. So when they put in an application for these local jobs, because that's what the vast majority of them, they tell me they leave for local jobs, but they get you don't just get off a trailer truck and then go get a local job.
Yeah.
If that's what you was thinking, don't unthink that. You cannot. They won't. Nobody's gonna hire you. I say nobody. Let me speak in more of a general
majority.
Yes, the very vast majority of companies that hire local drivers with Class A. So I'm talking about pulling a 53-foot trailer. They want you to have some experience, man. I mean, it's not the same as driving in an open road to have to continuously, day after day after day, driving into multiple tight situations, with, pedestrian vehicles and, pedestrians walking, so yeah, it's a lot going on with local driving, unless you're going from terminal to terminal, something like that, driving hook stuff. Still, local companies want that experience, and so most of the guys that call me up and say, thanks, but I'll see you later. That's generally what they want, to be at the house.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
No, it ain't. So we started just not too far apart. So here at Melton,
Yeah.
but we both came from another company, and then we came here, and we came as an experienced driver. All right. So, what do you think, man? What? You, based off of, because we train, most of the guys we get have zero experience, and we think about ourselves when we were in a position similar to theirs, coming to flatbed with no experience. As a flatbedder, we did have experience.
Yeah, the driving experience.
We were experienced drivers. What's the benefits you think that you got from being an experienced driver coming to flatbed?
I mean, you know how the truck's gonna handle.
Yeah.
So you have all that, and you know how to pull the trailer and all that. I don't know.
Yeah, I did. I think the same thing, and I can add. We did come with knowledge of how the industry works, and we knew what time we need to park. You know, we had some insight on where we could park, ideas of what happens when it's like after 6 p.m.
Yeah.
By the way, the 5 o'clock ish time right now, while it's darker later. By the way, it's starting to get darker earlier now. Okay, so when it's darker later, 5 o'clock is that point where we need to say we got to get parked.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be closer to 4 p.m. because once the sun starts going down, you better be get parked. You know, but we knew these things coming into flatbed because we were experienced drivers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there are some perks coming over as an experienced driver. You know, coming from where we came from, which is driving and reefers. Did you pull some reefers from at a previous company, or did you just do driving in?
I think I owned maybe one reefer.
Yeah. You know.
But I did those containers. Those shipping
Oh,
containers.
really? You did shipping containers?
Yeah.
I've never pulled one.
Yeah.
I've never pulled a shipping container.
So I did that for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I never got the opportunity to pull a shipping container.
And with those, in the corners, they have those locks.
Yes.
And you have to have them zip tied.
Yeah.
So the lock's got to be zip tied because that could be a violation.
Wow. You know, and I see them sometimes when I'm like, man, they so lazy. They put a zip tie on everything. They should put like a lock or something. But I guess it's all they would need. You know, I don't know. I've never pulled them before, but that's pretty cool right there. You know, those, generally speaking, and of course I've seen some with spread axles, but most of them are closed, like a drive-in or a reefer trailer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so I think the biggest difference for me coming from reefer and driving in closed tandems is learning the difference between the closed end spreads.
Yeah.
When you're going forward,
The way the trailer reacts.
yeah, when you're driving a straight line, it's nothing. But turns, right turn, left turn is different, and backing. Well, I went to
different.
Yeah, you know, I did my orientation in Birmingham, and you know, when they take you on your little test drive, no problem. And he says, okay, go ahead and back the trailer into spot, you know, and I was going, boom, baby, you know, and I sat up. And when I started backing, I was going, what the hell's wrong with that trailer? You know, because it was more dramatic in its turn than a closed tandems.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference is the front axle is scrubbing across the pavement, and so the trailer wants to push the front over because it's dragging the front axle.
Yeah.
And I wasn't familiar with how that trailer reacted. So I had to stop for a minute, but I'd already been driving for a year. So, and bumping docks all day. So, yeah, we can fix it. So I had to fix it and then get right on in there. But I was like, and then I was like, guess what? I didn't do it. Get out of here. Look. Oops. But, I got it right in. So I guess this dude could drive, so he didn't say anything. But that was my first experience with a spread axle. And I was like, wow. Coming with some experience helps in a lot of ways, but there's still a learning curve with what we're doing.
Oh yeah.
And the difference between a dry van and not everybody comes from dry vans. Some guys come from container, like you just said, and tanker. So there's other genres that just not dry van and reefer that they can come from and then get started in flatbed. And the good reason to get started in flatbed, I think, is that you can not just pull flatbed. You can go to do some step deck work and then some multi axle work. You can go way up there. I think the cream of the crop would be like wind energy or something like that.
Yeah.
Those guys are killing it. They do it. But, when you get to that level, you don't just get out of a dry van trailer and go do that. So
That'd be crazy.
Exactly. And so in order to do these things, man, if you want to move up in the industry, in my opinion, I don't know everything, but in my opinion, you got to get started in some open deck stuff. And, and coming over. You don't have to have 5 months of experience to be hired on to Melton as an experienced driver. We was almost double that. We should have got paid double when we switched over.
I was a little over a year.
Yeah, I think we need to talk to somebody about that, man. I mean, we was both double that because I was a year as well. 5 months. Verifiable, recent driving. Class A driving. Semi driving. I've had some people say, "Oh, I got, I've been driving for, 8 months or 10 months, whatever it was, but it was a bit more than that threshold." And they were Class B. We had a Class A license with driving Class B vehicles because they was driving. A lot of guys do that. They'll drive box trucks and do box truck delivery, and then want to get up to the next thing.
Or those dump trucks.
Dump trucks. That's right. And you have some students that did dump truck first.
I don't know. I've only had a couple and they said they were box trucks.
Yeah. I actually had
cement trucks.
Cement trucks. Yeah.
Cement trucks.
Yeah. The good thing about the cement trucks, dump trucks too, is they're not familiar. They're job sites are not a anomaly to them. They're used to that. First time I went to a job site, I was like, man, this thing, I'm driving off road in this truck,
Weighs 80,000 pounds.
Right.
After it just rained.
Right.
Jeez.
Right. And I remember going one time. This thing is that when you're driving these other vehicles, drive-in and reefers and all this kind of stuff, and you decide to get into flatbed, again, coming over there as an experienced driver really, really helps you. There's a lot of benefits to it. To you, what you don't know is going off road. Baby, the same truck that you driving on pavement with, and you driving this truck in the mud and dirt and sand, and And I went to a job site, and it had rained, and I was thinking, man, I'm gonna be, sitting at a truck stop or something, because no way this job site's gonna be open. And so the deal is, if you guys don't know, you're gonna show up, and uh, you're supposed to call like an hour or whatever is on the paperwork, 2 hours ahead of your appointment time, and then you get somebody on the phone. They tell you where they are, on the job site. Pull in on the northeast entrance. Wait. Then I gotta get a compass. Tell me what street to turn off. Anyways, so I called, clearly expecting them to say that the job site's closed. I mean, it torrential rain all night, and the guy says, "Yeah, come on, we're right here." I'm like, what the hell, dude? So I show up. And, of course, going into the job site, there's like a culvert or a ditch or something. So they build the culverts for us to drive in and out. You've seen them 100 times. And this thing is, I'm like truck number 3 or something like that. And there's one truck already into the job site. And so you turn off the street and you're going to go through this culvert, but you have to go up a little bit to get onto the construction area. And it's all mud. So what happens is you pull in and you start going, and then you just go as far as you can go. And whenever you start slipping, they wave and then you stop. And then a bulldozer gets behind you and start pushing against the trailer and push you up the hill. Yeah. I was like, what the hell is that? No way, I can't do that, because I'm thinking, I'm fixing to, they're going to fire me for letting this bulldozer pushed against the back of this truck, this trailer, What the hell is going on? And the next truck, same thing, And now it's my turn, and I'm like, oh, man, well, I don't want to be I was going to say that P word, but I don't want to be one of them, so I guess I better do it,
Yeah.
And so I pull up, and sure enough, and my first truck had super singles on it. Bro.
Super suck.
Bro, yes, super suck. I didn't even make it none up. As soon as the truck started seeing this, the super singles said, nope, I ain't going nowhere. So the bulldozer actually had to leave out of the yard, get in the street, and get behind me and push me up into the job site so I could make that delivery. Wow. So coming out,
this was your first job site?
Yes. and then coming out, I saw the trucks didn't need much help going out because you got some momentum. Plus, you don't have the weight.
Yeah.
And every time a truck got out, there was another bulldozer that would come down and push the dirt back down, and then those roller tractor things. Well, I don't know what you call those things. So, but it's like a little bulldozer. This thing right here. You see that thing? That thing went down and then back up like this, and so it kind of compacted, the ground so that the next truck would have something to bite to. So by the time you're coming back down, the guy's already done that. It's no big deal, right? And it's my turn to go down, and I'm gonna just say nothing. Those super singles said, I think I'm gonna just not do it. So the bulldozer guy was like this, and he got behind me and pushed me out to the street.
Jeez.
Yeah, and so there's some difference in things to learn when you're going from the road to off road and flatbed, which is a good a good reason to come do flatbed as a experienced driver. You don't have to worry about an AI taking over your job. That ain't happening.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
That's not happening because the AI ain't gonna secure a load, and damn sure don't know what to do driving off road. Damn sure don't know what to do with when somebody got to get behind you with a bulldozer and push you through the job site.
Right.
And that wasn't the last time that's happened. So, now, it's like anomaly. When it's a nasty, muddy, dirty job site, I'm looking to see if there's a bulldozer around. I've actually had them pull me through I think I made a video of that one too. They pulled me through a Amazon warehouse where the walls were up, a portion of the roof was up, but we had to go inside of the building and drop and get unloaded inside, right? Mm-hmm. And so, of course, job site, they're still building this place, but all the roof wasn't up. But it snowed ish. It's like it does as much as it can in Texas, Oklahoma. And the concrete inside where it puddled had froze over, so it wasn't that it was muddy or anything, but it was iced inside of this
like a skate
rink. Yep. Right. And so I got to some spots where I was just sitting there spinning on those super singles. And I used some of my straps and hooked it to the front, and they pulled it with a man lift, to get me out for that. It was just the entrance spot where it was almost like a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
And so the ground was super cold there, but once you got in, it was just wet, not iced up. But that was pretty cool too. So you experienced a lot of fun stuff, I wouldn't have experienced any of that fun stuff, bumping the dock at Costco.
Yeah. No.
if you had to do it again, would you do flatbed, or would you do something different? Again, we're talking, with experience. You coming to it as an experienced driver, you had to do it again. Would you do flatbed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to go back to the driving.
Yeah. I got boring real quick.
Man, you just slapping doors, man, and there's not a whole lot of challenge to it. And you turn those closed hands into spreads and see how different the world gets. I used to believe that flatbed drivers didn't know how to back.
I mean, that's most non-flatbed drivers think.
Yep. Those flatbed drivers are always at rest areas because they don't know how to back. No, that's not true at all. The fact is, if you can back a spread axle into a parking spot,
mm-hmm.
you better than most. Especially you got a 48,000-pound steel coil in the middle of the trailer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You get your skills sharpened pretty quick. And you know what else too? I've had several guys, and this revolving doors is industry standard in this industry. It's, people just don't like staying nowhere. Everybody thinks the grass can be someplace else, but sometimes it is. But I've had guys that has gone from Melton to other flatbed companies even, and because they drove here, they was able to skip some of the orientation part of the class. Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, you drove from Melton. Okay, so you don't have to do this or this or this or this. You can just go here. Finish the the required part and then take your keys. Yeah. So you get to learn some. I guess we're doing it right. We ain't taught it right.
Yeah.
Some companies don't. Oh, they'll make you do their own specific coil securement class, and I've had guys say that they don't have to do that when they come. You come from Melton, you don't have to do their securement of the coils because we do it a lot.
I would say we are taught over securement.
By a long shot, so good place to come. I've had some success as far as not throwing the load out in the ditch.
Yeah.
And I've only had one instance where I had a load shift that was, scared me.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I bet.
But because that load was over secured, it stayed on the trailer. And my student secured it. He secured it. He says, "Hey, you want to come out and check?" I said, "Yeah, let me come out and check." And I went out and checked. And I said, "Man, this is exactly how I would do it. It's a lot of straps, but this is how I would do it. So good job, And when the load shifted, it didn't come off the trailer. So yeah, I guess being taught over securement
Helps a
man,
lot.
in more ways than one. I won't get into how deep that well could have run, but I will say the fact that load was over secured. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what is the trucking future hold for you in your mind? What do you think? What are your goals?
I don't know, to be honest.
Because now you're 5 years in, right? As far as
4.5.
4.5, yeah, of experience. At
Well,
the
4.5 with Melton.
right plus,
So 5.5
yeah,
overall.
yeah, So that's he's just still young in it, but man, a lot of people don't. From what I can tell, from what I see, and I'm only basing this off of my window, the people that I spin on my truck, probably that I can verify, a good 80% at least are still driving. The guys that I train, they're still driving right now, and not all of them are doing flatbed. That's what I'm doing. There's some that actually went from flatbed to dump truck, but and that was just to be local. It wasn't that they didn't want to drive flatbed anymore. It's just that they do want to be home every day.
Yeah.
But I guess once you get it in your blood, man, it's there. They're gonna find a way to stay behind the wheels and doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
It's, some doing dry van. I've got students. Have you found any students who are now trainers?
No, not yet, actually.
Yeah, you need to get on that.
I haven't run across any of mine.
Man, I've got a few. I've got two that I know of. Two that are here at Melton, and they're training.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, and it's a really good feeling to see that. I like it. So, how's your student that you have with you now? He's going to be watching this, by the way, so you may as well say something,
I mean, he's doing good so far,
He don't have too much longer to go.
Nah, he has about half a week.
Man, he better be doing damn good then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We on our last run, we ran tandem basically, convoy-ish. Yeah, and I was watching him driving really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess his trainer's all right. He ain't good as me, but he all right. I wish him well.
That's all we can hope for.
Yeah. So, what's your advice for someone who's thinking about it? And I actually had a guy reach out to me last week, and I'll even let you answer his question. He said he's in his 50s. I can't remember the exact number. And he's been driving for a while, and he's thinking about becoming flatbed. That's what he told me. That he's been driving for a while, but he wants to become a flatbed driver. So what do you think about that guy? What advice would you tell him? And he didn't tell me what he was driving, but I'm assuming he's a Class A driver. So somebody wanting to get from what they're doing as a Class A driver and come drive flatbed, and just like me, he's 50 years old starting.
I mean, I don't see what the problem of trying would be.
Yep.
Try it, see how it is. If you don't like it, find something different.
Right.
But it's not a bad gig. I mean, some people make it out to be harder than it is, but it's not.
Well, I say that a lot.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
It truly isn't. One thing you have to do to be successful in this, not be lazy.
Yeah.
If you got a work ethic, you ain't lazy.
And think.
Yeah.
Just
oh
think.
my God.
That's the one thing you gotta do. Think. Like it's problem solving.
Yes, all day, every day.
Yeah. I mean, when you get a load that you've never done, all it is figuring out how you're gonna secure it so it doesn't move on you.
That's it. That's it.
I mean, take you a little longer than usual, but just get it done. Just think about it.
Yeah, I don't understand why some guys get so they get hung up on it, and they'll say stuff like, this is hard work, or this is, I don't see how you can do this every day, all this kind of thing. I'm like, dude, this is not the vast majority. What you're gonna do is sit on your butt and drive down the road.
Mm-hmm.
You're only gonna spend a few hours a day or every other day. And if you OTR, sometimes it could be 2 days in between touching that load again. Outside of load check, tire checks, you're just driving. It's no different than if you was doing the driving. It's just those 2 days, maybe 3 days a week that you actually have to touch a load.
Yep.
Outside of that, it's not that big a deal. But it is more adventurous than slamming those doors. 100%.
For sure. For sure.
Thank you for joining me, Mr. Carlo.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, one of these days you're going to have to buy my lunch. I keep telling you, it's been about
too long?
20 years, not 20, but at least 15 years that you have been owing me a lunch.
This guy.
And it just ain't happened. I don't get it. I don't get it. I want you to tell everybody that you're going to buy my lunch.
I mean.
All right, everybody. I'll let him off the hook. It's been this long, he ain't going to do it. I'm going to put my finger in his food the next time we eat in the same place.
You going to eat that?
Right. Thank you after he paid for it. All right, everybody. Till I see you again, deliver and distracted. Boop.
Why the hell am I doing? Oh shit, what am I doing now? Get the fuck. I shouldn't have said that. God, I can't do my paying money for this shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the hell? I'm looking at that goddamn thing. I know when he gonna pull the fucking trigger to. Oh shit. Oh, it's getting close. Oh my God, why did I do this? Oh no. Why did I do this shit? Oh fuck! God damn it! Oh no! Lights off! Oh, lights going out! Oh my God! I think I shit in my pants. Oh my God! Oh man, what the hell? Why did anybody pay for this shit? Oh my God. Oh man, here come the pee. The wipe, huh? I left it up there. Oh my God. What the hell?